Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your love and relationship reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before I begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again a reminder not to be scammed by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me, offering you a reading. That person is not me, they are a scammer, do not be scammed. With that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Aquarius. Love and relationships, Aquarius. Love and relationships, Aquarius. Love and relationships, Aquarius. Love and relationships, Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. And let's see your chakra energy for this time. Aquarius, angels, and spirit guides. Aquarius, love and relationships. Aquarius, love and relationships. Aquarius, love and relationships. Aquarius, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. These two. Excuse me. All right. So we have here angels and divinity, angels and masters. So this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. There is absolute beauty here in being protected. And then we have flexibility, which is the sacral chakra. All right. So that is really quite pretty. So let's look at the tarot. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the High Priestess, the 5 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Remember that wands and swords are very much associated in the tarot with phallic symbols, so the sacred masculine is definitely coming out here. We have the Tower, and we have the 4 of Pentacles, so those two together make perfect sense. The 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. You have the repeat of the number 5, and this is very much a sense of looking towards freedom, of independence, of, claiming a space of your own and moving forward. But there is also a sense here that things aren't going to be as difficult as you thought they would be. Now, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be super easy. If you thought, oh my gosh, I'll never get through this, the never isn't the time frame. It's never going to end. There is an ending. It might not be as soon as you would want it to be, or it might not be exactly the way that you want it to be. So let's start off with your chakra cards. So we're starting here with angels and divinity. So you have your angels connecting with you in a very powerful and very real way. They're protecting you. They're helping you move forward. They're helping you embrace your spiritual understanding, the oneness with yourself, the sense of there is more here than I realized, and I get to call that into my life. I get to be in harmony with myself. I get to be guided. I get to listen to my instinctual understanding. And the soul star chakra, which is located 6 inches above your crown, it rains down on you. It's like, this is the truth that is showering me. And if you're like me, and you like to start your showers ice cold to really make you face fear in the morning and make you, really step into your body. And as Wim Hof says, we never do anything that really pushes us, that really makes us have to be brave. And so to start off being brave, that is important. So here when this cascade falls down upon us, it can make us and push us into being brave, into saying, okay, I'm facing this day, I'm facing this power, I'm moving forward like this. I'm moving forward protected. I'm moving forward embracing my spiritual self, my sensual self, my sense of love gets to be more than what I've been sold. And as we embrace the spiritual, the sensual, the coming together of what it is that we greatly desire, we then move into the flexibility. And this is the Sacral Chakra. This is where a lot of our negativity from this life and past lives are held, and why it impacts us so much. Yes, it's a whole bunch of burdens, but this is where our creative energy is, our sexual energy is, our sense of identity and passion and desire. A lot of it is held within our Sacral Chakra. So when we are weighed down with burdens, with hurts, with pains, with, things we can't even figure out and find it hard to look at, we can't move forward in the way that we want to the space that we want to be in. The flexibility is embracing the limberness of the mind, the passion of the body, the coming together of the self. And as we embrace this flexibility, we start to kind of get out of our comfort zone, start to open up our world, start to, embrace deeper the breadth and the expanse of what we want to step into in our existence. And it leads us to the 8 of Pentacles. What have we been working so hard for? And it's so funny because right now, Aquarius, divinity is saying, put down the phones. Put down the phones, put down the distractions, step into yourself. See, what is it that you have been working towards? If you're single, don't go in the dating apps. I know you're going to sit there and say, well, how the heck else am I supposed to meet anybody? But it's stepping into yourself. And then finding that because you're guided by your angels and your spirit guides and divinity, there is going to be a stepping into something so much more than what you expected. And here, with the 8 of Pentacles, it's like, what have I been working towards? Being judged by a headshot? Being judged by the most cursory of things? What is it that I want from my life? How is it that I'm moving forward? Where is it that I desire being? The 8 of Pentacles is complex because it shows what we've been working for: blood, sweat, and tears. What has overwhelmed us, what has destroyed us, what has built us up, and everything in between. And it's saying our hard work is paying off. And it brings us to the High Priestess. It brings us to looking more deeply within ourselves. It brings us to saying the quiet truths get to come forward. What it is that I spiritually desire, what it is that I want within my existence, what it is that I need within my heart gets to come forward. And as I do so with the High Priestess, I get to embrace the hidden part of me. Sensually, sexually, powerfully, honestly. I get to step into me. Not saying, what does somebody else want from me? How can I get somebody else to like me? Even within a relationship, if you're in a relationship, it's still stepping into you and saying, but this is what I want. This is what I've worked for. This is who I am. This is how I'm discovering what I need and what I want. And it's not being selfish and egotistical. It's saying, who am I? And we don't usually explore sensually. I'm not saying explore sexually by, trying out different partners and everything like that and seeing what fits. It's, what do I want sensually? How do I connect with my passion, with my desire? How do I hear that voice within me that leads me forward to more than I had imagined? How can I have that love be a part of my life, a part of my soul, a part of myself? I am very much an advocate for the art of carezza. Now, carezza is non-orgasmic sex, and if you've listened to the other set of love readings that Spirit had me do, it's you know what it is. And it sounds funny because what's the point? If there is no big crescendo, no big climax at the end, what's the point? The point is the connection. The point is the fact that if more orgasms equaled more happiness, it seems rather easy. Whether it was with a person or by yourself, it seems like, wow, this is something I could do. This is something that would bring me elation into my life, would make everything better, and I'd be happy all the time. And it isn't the case. So what's missing? What's missing is the human connection to ourselves, to the world at large. I believe that you can practice carezza, and in the traditional form, it is simply non-orgasmic sex. But I believe that we can, I believe that we can practice carezza with ourselves, with stepping into our sensuality, with meditating on what it is that we deeply desire, the hurts, the pains that have scarred us along the way, things that come up that we didn't even realize were in the back of our minds, conversations that we overheard, adults having when we were small, everything that comes forward, hurts from teenage years. And that's what we're facing here with the Five of Swords. We're facing hurts and pains and disappointments that have shaped our lives. Darkness that is darkness. It blinds us. It takes away our rational thought, and it makes us think, oh my God, not this again. And it brings forward the trauma. It brings forward the hurt. It brings forward the chaos. And so with the Five of Swords, it's stepping into that hurt and saying, you don't get to be repeated time and time again, because I get to be more than this. And with carezza, we embrace the spiritual aspect of love. And when you start with carezza, you can then, of course, move forward into tantam yoga and, all these different things if you want to. But it's starting off with saying, I need that connection, because our world desperately needs that connection. Not more outrage, not more anger. We need connection, listening, comprehending, understanding, loving. The Five of Swords is saying you will meet with oppositions that you have met with before. The thing is now is that you're divinely being guided. You're embracing flexibility of mind, of spirit, of sensual understanding of self, and saying, where is it that I want to stand? How is it that I want to move forward? The Ace of Wands is passion and truth. The Ace of Wands is I get to have the passion that I want within my life. I get to embrace the glory of my being, the excitement of myself. I get to revel in me. Because if we look at this, and you can look at it as a phallic sign, right? But everybody has an erection, just depending on how visible it is. So it's looking at that stimulus of joy, that stimulus of out-of-body experience, and say, how do I make this a part of my life? Which sounds like an odd thing to say, because you don't want to walk around with an erection all the time, but you want to walk around with a beauty and a comprehension of life and joy and understanding and self, and being so hyper aware of the world around you that it feels like you've stepped into a new world. And so here, when you're getting this gift of passion and creativity and coming together in this light that gets to illuminate your existence, it comes after facing some of the same heartbreaks and pains and disappointments, but it can also be thinking about things, looking at things within your mind and saying, I don't feel bad about this anymore. Like, I don't feel beat up, or I'm not beating myself up about it. I'm not letting this memory make me feel spoken down to or cowed down or anything like that. I'm looking at the passion that I have now to walk forward in. The sense that this is where I want to be. This is what I desire from my existence, and I get to embrace more than what I even realized that I could. And it brings me to the Tower, It brings us to the Tower. Divinity pushed us out of our comfort zones, okay? And so often we look at the fairy tale that we're sold. We look at the love that we keep on seeing time and time again in movies and in books and, video games and everywhere. And it's understanding, yes, that erotic, passionate, all-consuming love is important. But there's more. And when we challenge what we have been taught, when we challenge, what we have been told that we're supposed to want, we shake the foundation. And when we start to step into our sensuality, when we start to say, no, I want, this and that from life. I want the power. I want the understanding. I want the truth. I want the connection. Foundations have been shaken. The fairy tale dream of the princess falls apart, or of the hero knight falls apart. And we start to see who we are. And I think there's a real importance to being somebody's hero in love. But you get to be their hero, and they get to be your hero. And there gets to be this beautiful way that we build this understanding, that we say, wow, I bring to the table something so different than what I thought I was supposed to bring to the table. And there is passion, and there is beauty, and there is joy, but it's being pushed out of our comfort zones to be able to embrace that, to be able to see that, to be able to step forward in that. And it brings us to the Four of Pentacles. It brings us to what we're so desperately holding on to and thinking will never come. To the emotional vampires, the leeches, the sense of this is what love is supposed to be and you're obviously doing it wrong. The mean, nasty words. Oh, always a bridesmaid, never a bride type of thing. Or you're going to be single forever, aren't you? Said jokingly, but not jokingly. Or, your relationship, you just keep on hanging on. And it's not nice things that people say. Or it's those relationships that have left scars, those people who we've loved and given so much to, that call up every now and then, just to keep us off guard, just to keep us, off balance. And here with the Tower, it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm getting rid of the leeches, the emotional vampires, and I'm embracing my truth. I'm seeing my passion. I'm letting it light my way as I step into myself. And what have I worked so hard for? If it's not even to embrace a semblance of happiness, what am I fighting for? With the Seven of Wands, I love the Seven of Wands because it says, be wise with whom you give your energy to. Be wise with what battles you're fighting, with how outraged you are. And in our world, we can get outraged so fast over everything, and we do. We do it very nicely. So here, with the Seven of Wands, it's like, what battles am I choosing to fight? And what am I choosing, to walk away from? Who am I giving my energy to? And who am I saying, it's not worth it? It's just not worth it. Because I get to stand in my power. I get to embrace my truth. I get to know myself. And that brings us to seeing the chaos. The chaos that is inside, the chaos that is around us, the chaos that threatens to overwhelm us, to take us away. The chaos from the outside world, the chaos from our inside selves. And here, what we're looking at is, if I know what I stand for and what I fight for, of who I am, this chaos can come around me, but it can't destroy me, because I will choose my battles wisely, precisely, and honestly for me. And I will step into the knowing that gets to be a part of my life, to understanding what I've worked so hard for, and bringing forward love. So this reading on love and relationships, it's on all love, all relationships. It helps us step into our bodies, into our sensuality, because it's important. We tend to think, if you're going to step into your sensuality, you're going to be a bit slutty, right? Or you're going to be like overly macho, right? No. You're going to look at you and your body, wherever stage in life you are, and say, there is something beautiful about me. And it doesn't have to be that you're the hottest person in the room. It doesn't have to be that at all. But it is that I am comfortable within me. I am passionate about my life. And I raise that energy vibration from the base, desires of existence to the passion and the creativity and the power of the elevated soul. And people rise then, or they fall away. And you find that you will attract people to you, so unlike you had imagined, but so in tune to the essence of you. Your subconscious chakra message is psychic development, the third eye chakra. This is understanding that there is a psychic aspect to life, an intuitive understanding of existence that you are developing through your third eye, which is opening with the High Priestess and saying, this gets to be me. I get to be passionate. I get to be bold. I get to trust my instincts and intuition and move forward in alignment with my soul. And it brings us to the subconscious tarot message, which is the Ace of Swords. Very interesting. Another, of course, phallic symbol here. But the Ace of Swords is the cutting away of doubts and fears, is the embracing of the mind, the acceptance of the breath, the coming into the body, into the awakening of self, into the power of experience. It's the nobility. So the swords were not used by commoners at all. You had to be of noble blood to be able to use a sword, to be trained in a sword. And it took training, it took time, it took effort, and it took skill. Swords elevated families, right? Elevated people into prosperity. And they also ended lives. When we use the mind, it can elevate us. But it can also end us if we're not aware of the thoughts tumbling through our heads. If we don't understand the chaos and the hurts and the pains that try to knock us down. Knowing that, yes, we've been through a lot. But there is power and there is beauty and there is ecstasy waiting. Embrace your mind. Embrace your knowledge. Understand your truth. And walk forward in you. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we choose our battles wisely, and see what it is that we've been working so long for. To have the love, to have the brilliance, to have the passion that we want within our lives. Become part of our daily existence. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius.